Beautiful batting.
Just the one. It's been pretty good from Naseem. 8 from the over, 1 to go. Finish it off.
A further thought on slow over rates as well, Dools, is that the margins in terms of this level of cricket are so small, and those few overs that we saw, the 16 runs where Pakistan were clearly trying to claw back time, was the opportunity to just reveal the throat of Pakistan for New Zealand as well. So that maybe 2 or 3% margin between the two sides becomes all of a sudden something bigger. That momentum then is created off the back of those mistakes.
Just be one. Naseem Shah's day with the ball done. 10 overs, 2 for 63 for him. It's 265. Well, barring that Young Williamson partnership, there's been small contributions, the significant one between Young and Latham. Ooh, easy, Glenn Phillips. That's the last man you want to be attacking as the umpire. In his pull shot, unaware of his surroundings. Shaheen back. Oh, edged and away through the gap. Latham to 99.
Well, he deserves this because he's been so neat, looking to work this one away through mid-wicket, and Rizwan's body language is sinking just a little bit because Pakistan have been struggling in the last 3-4 overs. Outside edge earning him a 4. It's a fast outfield. Yeah, the frustration is mounting.
I'm sorry, but you cannot be having to go at the bowler there. That's just a genuinely good delivery.
Yeah, he misses there, and that's cannoning into the top of off stump, which is where you're always told to bowl.
No run there. Oh, his mate was off. He was halfway down.
There's a competition within the competition. Great awareness as well from a partner. No one wants to let your mate down when you're sitting on a milestone figure.
Eases it down to long on, an 8 one-day international century for New Zealand's keeper batter Tom Latham. Special moment for him here. It's the 5th time in Men's Champions Trophy cricket that the side has scored 200s in an innings. And that is a special one for Tom Latham.
Yes, it's a special tournament. We're talking about Champions Trophy. But the standard is high, and so he's breezed into that 100 really without really breaking a sweat. 95 ball 100. Wonderful batting against spin, great batting against pace. We've seen increase in tempo. We've seen everything in this knock.
Oh, wow, he's hit that hard. Yeah, very hard. It was quite flat. Momentarily thought deep mid-wicket had a chance, but not to be.
Oh, he's a powerhouse, isn't he? That is absolutely monstered away to the boundary, that mid-wicket. Had zero chance. Very little elevation. Look at this. Bang. Rocks back, had plenty of time. It's like one of your golf drives, Simon Dool.
It's got to be Yorker time. Keep it simple. Just bowl that fuller length within the stumps. And it'll definitely yield a better result than this hit over mid-wicket for a 6, trying a softer, slow ball, not working.
Goes again, and 6 more. Big side or not. Goes back to back, just Phillips.
What a knock he's playing, 46 of 30. And almost taking the game away from Pakistan. Suddenly, he's unleashed superpower, hitting 6s at will.
I'll remind our viewers, though, that in the Tri-Nations series just recently, Pakistan easily chased down 350. So what is a good score? That's the dilemma now that New Zealand have. They'll be trying to maximise every inch of this innings.
Out to deep extra cover. He's protecting the boundary there. Phillips will keep strike. 3 to go, 283 for 4. 3 to go. Conversation has not been had just yet, but I think it's probably going to happen at the end of this over. Just keep an eye on the umpires and Mohamed Rizwan at the end of this over. The call might come. 92 off 60. And Phillips was 17 off 21. Short time ago. 30 off his last 9 balls. 10 balls. Oh, it's the Yorker right. Very good from Harris Ralph.
Got to keep it simple. When there's turbulence, you can lose your thinking. You've got to get that thinking cap on, and I think the best way to do it is to do what you can do best. This is how he got to his 100. Lovely batting, very smooth, silky 100. To get 100 in the middle order is a big deal. You expect you to get 100 if you're an opener or a number 3 batsman, but to get 100 at number 4 or 5 is a big deal.
Straight to the man, over the man for 6. He was in off the boundary a little way. And downwind, not sure that's necessary.
No way. The awareness has got to be there that you've got your whiskers up into the breeze, which means that you've got to be back when you're in this power phase. You have to be, he must be at least 6 or 7 yards there off the boundary line. Had he been on the boundary, that would have been a chest-high catch and celebrating a really important wicket here.
One or two was a great result. If it lands short of you, so be it. Oh, he's hit it onto his own helmet here. I think it's a top edge up onto the helmet. They might need to look at this. It's a slower ball. Definitely a top edge onto the lid, onto the face somewhere.
Straight on the badge. An off-cutter attempted. It's clearly jolted, and there'll be a little pause here.
Yeah, you can see a little blister or bump on the top of his head there. That's cannoned into it. Would have gathered pace as well off the bat. Just goes to show you how good these helmets are. Well, it's a real feature of his play, the sweep shot. Great control. Superb vision against the spin. And when it was on pace, he took on that onside boundary as well. Formidable innings.
I've said it for a long time, and at times come under fire for saying it. Matthew Hayden and Raja, but I think he's New Zealand's best player of spin. And a lot will think Kane Williamson is. Kane Williamson's New Zealand's best player by a stretch. And the numbers and the stats don't lie with that. But Latham's ability to manoeuvre spin through the middle overs, I think, is just exceptional. I think he's... And with his ability to play spin, I think these types of tournaments, these types of tours, have really brought out the best in him. Such a fine player. Sweeps both sides of the wicket, uses his feet well, and as most keepers do, they read length. And I think you two will know a lot better than me, as me talking about batting with a couple of fantastic players alongside him, but I think he reads length better than anyone, which probably helps play spin.
And not worried about facing spin also. There's no kind of preempt to manufacture a shot. It was as if they were watching at the ball, or watching the ball, and they were in position to play either, or he was in position to play either the sweep shot or the cover drive or the soft paddle shot. And it's a changed New Zealand side. I mean, great series against India. They won there 3-0 on spinning tracks. They come here, bulldoze Pakistan in the triangular twice. On a very similar pitch like this here in the final, and they weren't afraid to experiment and expand their range, and there's no preemption of any kind. Normally when the teams would come here and travel to subcontinent, they'd be itching to do something different because they're fearing for the worst. Not this New Zealand side against spin.
Well, unlike golf, cricket's only got the one bat in the kit, in essence, and so what that means is that you've got to be a master technically of the same shot, but with different options to that shot. You know, so when you think of his prowess against sweep and playing spin, the number of options, whether it be the conventional sweep shot, sort of the paddle sweep, which we've seen a number of times. I think stats were saying it was almost 60% of his runs at one point in time were actually behind square, or then the reverse sweep. It just meant that a bowler has got the same delivery that can go in several different areas. So it's a mastery of technique as much as anything.
I thought I should leave the batting to you, Matthew Hayden, because I'm only guessing here, but I'm going to count the Zimbabwe test and the Chennai test and say that in those two innings you got more test runs than my entire career.
Would you like to take a pause now, Dooley?
Yes, but I never got a test wicket. I tried my very best in the 9 overs of rubbish I bowled up in Kolkata to Dravid and Laxman, but unfortunately, they were too good. I love watching.
Oh, I got them both out.
See, bowlers do know how to play a half volley after all, Rameez.
You know, your first wicket, Dooley, you got my cousin up, Atif Rauf. So as going through videos on YouTube, and certainly there was this young tear-away fast bowler, Simon Dool, his first wicket caught in the gully area. You remember that?
I don't remember what I had for dinner 2 days ago, Ramo. Right, glad the cricket's back. And a nice drive down the ground for at least 2, I think. No, it'll be enough. I don't remember too many of them, Rameez, unfortunately.
101 run partnership of 64. Making it tough for Pakistan. Certainly that 270, 280 is now looking minuscule compared to what New Zealand end up with.
Goes again, does Latham, but toe ends that one. Pick up a couple. Good flat throw, or throw at the stumps might have been a bit different.
He's got a strong arm, Tayyab Tahir, and that's why he's positioned there to patrol the fence. On the bounce, but not near the target. Once again, running between the wickets being outstanding. They don't seem to tire at all. Here's a guy who scored 100, but still running as if he's just entered the crease.
Can't beat backward point. So 11 from the Harris Ralph. Over 2 to go. It's 294 for 4. It's not an extra power play, it is a fielding penalty. As we thought, the seamers in action tried to rush through a couple of overs, but Pakistan will now have to get through the last 2 with only 4 outside the circle instead of the 5 that they would normally be allowed had they been in time. Where's that extra gap? Maybe a fine leg or third. 50 for Glenn Phillips. Powerful one at that, of just 34 deliveries.
Yeah, magnificent innings. Talk about also in the short time, he was quite patient early, as you mentioned before, Simon Dool, but then he got going. Any young listener out there, it's so important to keep playing the game, to be really aware of the scoreboard, not just about your own individual performance. Keep finding ways to play the game. Keep ways to hang in there in the middle. It gets batting easier the longer you're there.
That is a terrific shot. It's a brilliant bit of bowling. And he just has opened the blade and managed to find the gap.
Yes, very, very special. Play a Yorker with an angle bat and use the field. He knew exactly where the field was. Played it so fine away from Fakhar Zaman. That's great batting.
From a bowling point of view, you think you've done everything right. Batter's played a great shot. Forget about it. Tries the same thing. This is good from Shaheen, though.
Yeah, we've been looking for this fuller length. Yeah, so Yorker has got to be the ball here to bowl. Keep it simple, keep it straight, keep it full. 300 for New Zealand.
I think Phillips will attempt the lap one way or the other if that's what Shaheen decides to do here. Third and fine are both up. Well, go straight. Don't worry about the lap if you can do that.
Yeah, just got it slightly wrong. 2 superb deliveries, which one of went for 4 down through third man, and this is just over pitch. It's a free hit. Back of the hand delivery and smoke down the ground. Continuing on this great momentum here for New Zealand. They've been ruthless, haven't they, the last 5 or 6 overs.
113 run partnership off just 70 deliveries now. 2 balls remaining for Shaheen. Finds the gap, but there is a man out there. Protection in the right place.
Pakistan will have to start well with the bat now. Let's talk about how Pakistan should aim for a win here. They'll have the services of the 12th man, the crowds. I'm sure they'll back Pakistan to the hilt. And that's the advantage of playing at home. but they need to sort of work the partnerships, make sure that they get off to a good, reasonable start, and not panic. The 300, I mean, it's a difficult one on this surface, but in this day and age, it's supposed to get a 300 score.
1-12 from the over with 1 remaining. It is 3:06 for 4. The lineup that will have to chase down whatever it is New Zealand end up with. 3:06 for 4. 1 over to go. Harris Ralph, who's gone for 71 off his 9. Starts with an off-pace delivery into the pad, so decent. All right, the run chase far away. Heavy reliance perhaps on Rizwan with the bat. Matt Henry with the ball. Bubba Azam at the top. Where will he be allowed to bat? Mitch Santner. What can he do with his troops? That's the question I had for you, actually, Ramiz. Who opens the batting? With Bubba. Who opens the batting?
Yeah,
is not allowed to.
It's a good one. Can they risk Rizwan? Rizwan has been batting so well in the middle order. Maybe Saud Shakil, who bats at number 3. Saud Shakil is a pretty decent player. Pace bowling as well. He's excellent against spin. How good is that? Bullet-like drive. It's just an incredible innings from Phillips, and they don't have an answer how to control him. This happened during the triangular series, and he featured heavily in that series against Pakistan, particularly in the slot looking for a Yorker. Full toss, dwell for 4. This guy's built like a tank. He's got some serious gas and power.
There was a time, I think I'm correct in saying he was doing 800 push-ups a day. Yeah, Glenn Phillips, 800 a day.
Did you time that, or was there a release on the time?
Well, a bit more time to talk about it now, actually, because that's an awful one down the leg side. He's got a real interest in photography now. He likes to keep himself very busy. He's always tinkering with things. Great interest in photography, but it would pass the time of day, keep him fit. Something silly like 800 a day. Well, you done that many in your lifetime?
It's a lifetime. That's how long it would have taken me. Push-ups, definitely one of the most overrated exercises.
Not far for your chest to get to the floor, though, actually, the size of that.
Not as bad as the burpee, though. That thing there is horrible.
It's a self-inflicted pain, that. I'm not too sure about that.
Toe into the bat. He wants Latham to come back for 2, put pressure on, he will. And dropped at the bowler's end. So, pressure on the fielding side. Good from Latham at 115, still wanting to run for his mate at the other end.
And Ramiz, you were begging the question before about the run chase. The feature has to be to come running Pakistan at New Zealand. They have to be in that mindset and that mode, that it can't just be about hitting 4s and 6s. New Zealand have been superb for some time now.
Yeah, it's been an all-round performance. Not only 4s and 6s, but the way they've paced this innings and the way they've stolen these 1s and 2s. It's been a brilliant package, a wholesome effort.
Straight up, should be taken, is taken. Waka Zaman with the catch and the end of a partnership, but it's been a brilliant one from New Zealand's point of view as Phillips goes.
Yeah, you can't fault him, because it really has been one hell of a knock. 61 of just 39. And New Zealanders had positioned themselves for a Phillips blitz. And, well, the idea was right. All he had to do was to maybe middle it a bit more, and he's absolutely disgruntled. But he's got to go after playing a fantastic innings of 61 of 39, 316 for 5 New Zealand.
Michael Bracewell, 2 deliveries remaining. Call him Beast. It's a long ball, 2 opportunities. Averaged just under 40 and a strike rate of 115 across a short career.
Wanted to get past Fakhar Zaman gingerly across. Held on to that one.
Over to you, Mr. Latham.
Yeah, just quickly getting back into predicting what the run chase looks like. The power play is through the phases of play is the most significant when you're in the run chase. If you're 3-4 down, you blow your chances from the get-go. So preservation of wicket, relying on the fact that under lights here, the wicket's not going to get any worse. It may not get a lot better, but it's certainly not going to get worse. So trusting your middle order. We've seen, that wonderful partnership just more recently against South Africa here at this very venue. A couple of big hundreds in the middle. Even just 100 you'd take. Someone to set and forget the whole innings. The rest will bat around them. The challenge for me would be Babar Azam really rising tonight.
There's a gap legs. Oh dear. Well done, well done. Might come back for 3 in the end, but it could easily have been 4 with a little misfield. Bra doing the clean-up work. And that will mean a nice